Futures mixed ahead of our open here today. S&P futures up 0.2% here this morning. Dow futures down 0.11%, and the NASDAQ up 0.52%. Oh, come on. Cues from last session here. Sectors gaining on Friday included consumer discretionary and energy stocks, which bucked the overall market trend. Most sectors on the S&P 500, however, closed negatively, with consumer staples, materials, and utility stocks recording the biggest losses for the session. U.S. stock futures advanced on Monday after Friday's positive moves. Futures of major benchmark indices were higher. The Dow only one lag in here, lagging by 0.12% as of this reading. Even as the government shutdown continued for over a month, the stocks gained in October. S&P 500 added 1.85%. The Dow surged 1.72%, and the NASDAQ jumped 4.33%. Meanwhile, President Trump defended his economic record, pointing to a surging stock market as a rebuttal to concerns like higher inflation and high grocery prices. Additionally, he identified several key sectors that he says are directly benefiting from his administration's economic policies. The 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.08%, and the 2-year bond was at 3.58%. We do have some stocks in focus for this Monday. Micron is first on the list. That jumped 4.32% in pre-market on Monday, following multiple updates from last week, which include an upbeat memory chip forecast from SK Hynix and CEO Sanjay Mehrotra, selling 5.13 million in stock last week. Micron's still very high rankings on the Benzinga rankings meter, and also an intact short, medium, and long-term price trend. The second stock on our list here today is Spirit Aerosystems. This is ticker SPR. It tumbled 1.34% after reporting a loss of $4.87 per share. Company reported quarterly sales of $1.585 billion, which missed the analyst consensus estimate of $1.923 billion. Palantir is next on our list. Palantir, that's 1.66% higher, ahead of its earnings scheduled to be released after the closing bell here today on Monday. Analysts expect it to report earnings of 15 cents per share on revenue of $1.09 billion. Hers Health is the next stock on our list. That gained 2.95% as analysts expect it to report earnings of 10 cents per share on revenue of $581.38 million after the closing bell. HIMS maintained a weaker price trend over the short and medium trends, but has a strong trend in the long term with a strong growth ranking. We'll see if HIMS can end up turning it around. Last stock on our list here is Goodyear Tire and Rubber. That's ticker GT. That was up 0.58% ahead of its earnings scheduled to be released after the closing bell. Analysts expect it to report 15 cents per share on revenue of $1.09 billion.